Hey guys, iPokemon here, and today I'm going to talk to you about exploring different locals. Now, I think this video will be quite helpful. It's pretty self-explanatory, and I'll be telling you my kind of history about when I first started going to events and how I dealt with it, making contacts. I don't say friends just yet, but contacts. Contacts is incredibly important for you to start making money from the game. And I say that literally because at a locals I went to, it's closed down now, but you have to get the contacts before everyone starts quitting and all that. It's pretty important, actually, one person messages me every month or two with a pretty long list, the average for about £1,000, dollars or something, every couple of months. And I go around to locals, clubs, groups, asking for these cards and stuff. And then at the end of a couple of months, he buys them. And then a couple of months later, ask for a new list. So contacts are very, very important in this game. And one of the easiest ways, or one of the most important ways where you're going to find contacts is going to different locals. Different locals have completely different people. You do get recurring people in these locals, but most of the time, locals, clubs and stuff, people only go to them if it's actually quite accessible to them. You do get the occasional person that travels loads, long hours and stuff to get there, but some people just have a lot of dedication, and I used to have a lot of dedication. I remember every Friday night was alright. I'd get like a 1.5 hour bus there, 1.5 hour bus back. Saturday was probably about 2.5 hour journey in total, so that was proper dedication, waking up so early at stupid o'clock in the morning, getting there and getting back at an alright time. There was no club for me on Sundays, but on Saturdays I had two options. Both were ridiculously on the end of a London Underground tube line, but right at the top, I think, or somewhere around west, I can't remember, north, south. Sorry, I just had to think. So yeah. So, at these locals, a couple people would be after a certain number of things. So on my Friday club, it was more the tournament club, and actually casual scrub club. People will be asking for spellcasters, fiends, stuff for their random collections, cute cards, whatever. And then you get the occasional person asking for actually meta relevant stuff. So back then, it was stuff like Plague Spreader Zombie, stuff that was actually so damn expensive. But anyway, that's another story. On Saturday was more of a chilled out tournament kind of day. People would ask for their low end meta cards. So you get the contact of these people on the Friday and Saturday club, and you work towards getting the cards for them. It's simple as, if you take down their number, most people probably wouldn't, or they might have already, but you get down a number or get down their Facebook. Facebook's a lot easier. Back in those days, Facebook wasn't actually used as much. Long time ago. Number was the texting was the preferred communication, and WhatsApp I don't think wasn't even around. So back in those days, you message a person, they give you a list of cards, you work towards getting that list of cards, and they don't bother trying to get the stuff for themselves. So you have to kind of work your ass off getting the cards for them, getting the best prices you can possible, but if you know how to trade, know how to buy, know how to sell, it won't be an issue. Getting numbers of people is actually quite helpful because every time they want new stuff, they will usually come to you. And at that time, I had about 5 or 6 people every week asking me for cards. Sometimes I'd pass on or delegate the work to somebody else, or say, actually, why don't you contact this guy? He'll be able to help you more. And this is also quite good because you're you're passing on your card problems or your customers to other people that actually appreciate it, and at the same time they'll do it back to you. So I think that's everything I wanted to say, actually. So exploring different locals, as daunting as it may be to some people, is actually very beneficial. If you have time, I suggest do it. If you don't, probably stick to one locals. Probably explore. If your locals isn't hitting the right spot for you, explore different locals. There are loads of them around.